there once upon a time, the earth was populated with a few giants that would roam around, these titans, for whom music was not a career and it was not a way of life. It was much, much bigger. And these people strove among us, and every now and then would shine their light, and we would see something of eternity that we never thought we saw before. Why did these people exist then? I think it's because we are in a day. First of all, the music world was very different then. You had fewer concerts. You didn't run around like crazy. You didn't finish a concert and run off to an airplane and do a rehearsal next day. You just couldn't. So there was something much more sane about the lifestyle. And simply, you were there because you were inspired by something. And what allows that inspiration to come out is not having done the studying and having done the practicing, which was of course important, but the most important was having the intuition to be able to bring that out. Just knowing, that's the moment. Not because you've studied it and it's an 8th note and 16th note, but in the 19th century it was like this, and the 18th century was this. It's important to know those things, but there's a point where you just have to say, why? And if you can't answer the question why, then you shouldn't be a musician. And with these people, there was always a why. When my father played Tchaikovsky concerto, that was the way to play the Tchaikovsky concerto. There was no other way. Then you'd hear Oistrakh doing it, and that was the only way. In other words, every one of these great masters had their only way. And when they played, you felt that this was the truth. And yes, of course there were other ways. You know that. But at that moment, there's something magical that happens, and nothing else is important. And you don't think of someone else's recording or this tempo or that tempo or this was out of tune or this. You didn't care. That wasn't the point. The point was, wow, this is a moment, and I'm living this moment. And today we're so compartmentalized. There's the violinist who does this repertoire and the conductor who does this repertoire, and we go to our universities and our Musikhochschulen and we learn all our A's and B's and quarter notes and 16th notes, and we forget sometimes that why are we doing this? Because we're breathing and because we want to share something very, very important. And to get to that level of trusting your intuition and trusting your feelings about and your timing is very hard to get to. It's very hard to, I think, to balance that with a daily musical life of these days. So I don't know, I'm constantly struggling trying to find that, but these people, they had it all the time.
But how can you achieve that?
I don't think you can achieve it. I think you have to be it. In other words, it's almost like you have to do less to get more. Sometimes when you're doing a concert, you're about to go to a concert, about to conduct a concert or play, and you're thinking, oh my God, I hope this tempo comes out. I hope it goes. I hope there, the clarinet is not too flat or the flute's not too sharp. And you think about that, and then you forget about it. That's not going to make it better. There's this moment where you just take a breath and you breathe and you say, I'm connecting to something that's much greater than what exists. This music is greater than I, and I am just part of something that is wonderful that happens at this moment. And once you allow yourself to go into this portrait, into this atmosphere, then you can, I can hate to say the word achieve, but you can communicate something. But if you think about it, if you analyze it too much, forget it. You're not gonna get it.
You have to